On a quiet Tuesday morning, Estelle Garner, 78, walked to the post office as she had every month for years. The sun was bright, the air ordinary. She handed the clerk a yellow slip for her registered envelope. The young woman, chewing gum and tapping pink nails, barely glanced up. "Sorry, ma'am," she said, eyes on the screen. "The system says the recipient is deceased." Estelle froze. "Excuse me?" Her voice was steady, but her hands trembled behind her glasses. The clerk squinted at the monitor. Estelle Garner, born August 12, 1946. Status: deceased. Updated 2 months ago. Estelle's legs wobbled. "I'm right here," she said firmly. The clerk hesitated, then slid the envelope across the counter. "You should fix this at the benefits office," she mumbled. "If they think you're dead, they'll stop sending these." The envelope, worn and rerouted, felt heavy in Estelle's hands. Outside, a school bus unloaded laughing children, oblivious to her. She felt like a ghost. Someone had declared her legally dead, not poetically, not mistakenly, but on paper. Clutching the envelope, she walked home to her small house on Maplewood Lane, the peeling porch rail and broken step unchanged. But everything felt different. At her kitchen table, Estelle opened the envelope. It wasn't her usual check, but a letter from the Social Security Administration addressed to the estate of Estelle Garner. Her benefits had been terminated effective March 1st due to a death certificate. "Submit Form SA 571 with certified proof of error," it instructed. Estelle's vision blurred. This wasn't a glitch. Someone had deliberately filed that certificate. She checked her records: birth certificate, insurance papers, benefit statements, all intact. Yet in some government system she no longer existed. Her phone buzzed. It was Logan, her grandson. "Grandma, I just found out I died," she said, trying to keep her voice light. He paused. "What?" She explained the certificate, her suspicion falling on her daughter, Rachel. "I didn't know," Logan said softly. Estelle believed him, or wanted to, but not Rachel. She ended the call and flipped through her worn address book. If someone wanted her gone, they'd learn how alive she was. The next morning, Estelle called her neighbor Harold, a kind retiree who'd fixed her fence years ago. "Can you come to the benefits office with me?" "I need a witness," she asked. He agreed, without hesitation. The office was a drab concrete building, its waiting room thick with the scent of hand sanitizer. Harold sat beside her, flipping through an old magazine. When her number was called, Estelle approached the counter. The clerk, Maya, typed without looking up. "I need to correct a record," Estelle said. "Someone filed a death certificate in my name. I'm still here." Maya's eyes widened. "It says you were declared deceased February 18th. Certificate on file." Estelle leaned in. "Who submitted it?" Maya angled the screen away. "I need a supervisor," she said, standing. Denise, the silver-haired supervisor, was cool but professional. "A family member submitted documents to Vital Records," she said. The certificate was signed. Estelle's voice sharpened. "You just believe them?" Denise exhaled. "You'll need to submit proof of life, ID, utility bill, affidavit. It'll take weeks." Estelle pressed. "Who cashed my checks?" Denise's pause told her enough. Something was wrong. Back home, Estelle opened the fireproof lockbox where she kept her documents. Among them was a power of attorney she'd signed 3 years ago after hip surgery, when Rachel insisted it was temporary. Estelle hadn't revoked it. Now, Rachel had used it to erase her. Furious, Estelle called Samuel Pierce, her old attorney. "Estelle," he said warmly, "what's wrong?" She laid out the facts. "Do you want to fight this?" he asked. "Yes," she said. "I want my life back." They planned to revoke the power of attorney, file an affidavit, and notify every agency that listed her as dead. It would take time, but it was possible. The courthouse was cold, its beige walls worn by countless stories. Samuel met her with a thick folder. Across the table sat a registrar's office representative. The judge, a lean man with kind eyes, reviewed her file. "Mrs. Garner, this is the most thorough case of someone not being dead I've ever seen," he said, prompting a soft chuckle in the room. Estelle stood. "I'd laugh if it hadn't taken 8 weeks to prove I exist." The judge nodded. "Disturbing." He examined the certificate, filed by Rachel Whitaker under the power of attorney, now revoked. "Would you like to make a statement?" the judge asked. Estelle took a breath. "My daughter didn't declare me dead because I was sick. She did it because I was inconvenient. She drained my accounts, moved my lease, took my belongings, all without a word. She didn't just file a form. She erased me." The room fell silent. "I'm here to get my name back." The judge ruled. Petition granted. Estelle Garner is legally alive. Status restored within 5 days. Estelle sat, feeling not triumph, but confirmation. She was still here. The court order arrived 2 days later, its golden seal gleaming. Logan called, his voice soft. "Mom's upset. She says you're trying to ruin her." Estelle's reply was firm. "I'm succeeding." Logan admitted he hadn't known the extent of Rachel's actions. "She said you wanted to be alone." Estelle didn't respond. Some wounds fester quietly. "Can I see you?" he asked. "Not yet," she said. "Give it time." At the bank, Estelle confronted the manager, Richard. "You approved transfers of over $70,000 from my accounts," she said. He stammered about the documentation. "The power of attorney is gone," she said. "Trace every cent. And set up a trust for Eloise Matten, a social work student, as my beneficiary. No joint access." Richard nodded. "I used to bring cookies here," Estelle added. "Rachel liked her name on the statements. I gave too much. Now I'm giving to someone who never asked." A Sunday newspaper featured Estelle on the front page. "Local woman declared dead by daughter fights back and wins." Harold brought it over. Estelle read it aloud, her grainy photo capturing her stepping out of the courthouse. A reporter called, but Estelle declined an interview. "Tell them I'm alive," she said. "Tell them silence isn't surrender. Some women grow sharper with age." Weeks later, the district attorney charged Rachel with financial exploitation and identity fraud. It wasn't about vengeance, but justice. That night, Estelle wrote Rachel a letter she didn't send. "You stole the shape of my life, mistaking love for weakness. I'm deciding when my story ends." Logan visited, bringing a chipped ceramic frog from her old kitchen. "You said it was your good luck charm," he said. Estelle nodded, placing it on the windowsill. "I didn't know how deep it went," he admitted. "You can't fix it," she said gently, "but you can stop pretending." In her black notebook, Estelle had written, "I am alive. Someone is lying. I will not be erased." She added, "They were wrong about me." She believed it now, not because of a court order, but because she'd lived it. To anyone reading, she'd say, "Don't wait to be saved. Ask questions. Write things down. Take back what's yours. They may try to erase you, but you get to write back."